Ham ha, it's us, the Hopes.
Welcome to the stream. Today it's Ace Attorney once again.
We are doing the first trial of the last case of the second game in this trilogy. Very exciting, very cool stuff. Last time we
saw Edgeworth.
Very incredibly important. Mm-hmm. Maya has been Maya-napped. And we have to get this trial wrapped up in 3 days or else...
I don't even think it's 3 days. I think they wanted a 1 day acquittal.
1 day.
I think that's what he said. I mean, it's not gonna happen, but I think that's what the killer said.
Maybe it was 1 day. Maybe it was 2 days. Maybe it wasn't 3 days.
Those are pretty much all the options, yeah.
Yeah, so let's get started.
All right.
March 22nd, 9 a.m. Adrian did it?
Oh, that's right. Did we do part of a trial or no? But we surmised that it might be Adrian because we did her psych locks.
Yes, and she's got something going on, and we're like,
Oh, that's what it looks like.
Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that. Hi, Nessie.
Hello. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you.
A mountain of evidence?
I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you.
Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that.
I understand. Well,
it's almost time.
Oh!
I couldn't have expected that it was gonna be Mia. Hey, Gummy.
Oh, hey, Gummy.
We must get a complete acquittal today.
I know, but I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day.
By the end of the day. Indeed. Well, let's get going.
Beep, 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 beep.
Uh-oh, is Gumshoe close?
It's him.
Oh.
This is Wright.
Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial.
Maya, she's unharmed, right?
Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired.
Oh my god!
Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning.
Present? What in the world would you want to give me?
You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please.
Wait! The kidnapper sent me a present?
Mr. Lawyer, dude? Who's that?
No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Dude, did your nose just get longer? Whoa, what a read.
He's like, liar. I know an actor when I see one.
You're lying to me.
Where's Francisca?
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. Are the prosecution and defense ready?
Well, the defense is ready, Your Honor.
There is no prosecution. I say, Mr. Wright, what has happened to Miss Von Karma?
I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me?
Your Honor? Please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman!
Oh my god!
Judge's expression is my expression.
Oh,
blink, 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 blink. What?
Shot?
All of them are just saying shot.
Shot.
Somehow.
Everybody!
Oh! I think this is the present that man was talking about.
Oh no, that's a horrible present! His present?
Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment.
Well, she's lost twice.
So, if she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage.
This is totally insane! Miss Von Karma, is she alright?
I don't have that answer! She's alive and in stable condition. That's good. Who? Who is that?
What a sexy voice!
What the?
I thought he'd show up. You kind of stepped on my
Sorry.
line a little.
Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Francisca Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. The prosecution is ready, naturally.
Woo!
The crowd cheers, everyone's excited. Edgeworth is here!
Man, if only Maya could be here to see it.
Yeah, for sure. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt Angard. The court acknowledges the prosecution.
Whoa!
Looking at you with my eyes looking... Right.
Don't.
I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand.
Okay, we're starting not strong.
Great first witness. Witness, your name and occupation.
I gotta say, it's nice to have you. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now.
For now?
After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Gumshoe?
The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness.
Holy shit.
Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes, sure!
Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with fact. Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight.
Yeah, it would have to be, with Edgeworth as my opponent.
Whoa.
The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you have finally found, Edgeworth.
Let's settle in, dudes.
This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes Award ceremony, sir. The victim,
He's
Juan
butter-knifed.
Corona, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder.
After the award ceremony, the victim was alone in his room?
Yes, sir. Both the victim and the defendant went alone to their rooms, sir.
I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Unfortunately, I think Sky was right, and I don't think Will Powers will be here today. So there might not be Garfield.
Darn.
Let me check as you cross-examine yourself.
Okay. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony?
Okay, pal. The ceremony started at 6 p.m. It ended around 8 p.m., and there was a short break. A special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later.
And that's when the victim's body was found, correct?
Which is to say, the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period. Please continue with your testimony, Detective.
In this hotel room. The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct?
Yeah.
Who is this Adrian Andrews you're talking about?
She's a defendant, Madam God's manager. She's a really pretty lady. Sir.
Oh, well, that's nice to hear, Nessie. Ah, so she's a pretty lady. I wonder if she will grace us with her presence. Stop.
Can we all
Can we all be
women
normal
alone?
about women? Like, for once.
When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she went to get Mr. Angad. After visiting his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir.
I see. And that's when she found the victim's body.
After looking into the cause of death, we believed he was definitely bleeding.
He was definitely butter-knifed.
The cause of death, wasn't that because Mr. Corda was stabbed in the chest?
Yeah, butter-knifed.
Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal.
It was a butter knife.
Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn here to this bandana.
Banana?
His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir.
The way that I was about to be like, banana. Also. And then I read that he said, oh, yes. Yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana.
Then, what about the knife? It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death.
We have a crafty murderer on our hands here.
Yeah, real DIYer.
He also had a banana-flavored bandana.
Yeah. And why did you think that?
Because it was empty, pal. The German ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar, and we couldn't find it anywhere on the scene of the crime.
It sounds like a Team Fortress 2 YouTuber. I'm going for like Sam Eagle from the Muppets. That's so funny. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that?
Yeah, we thought of that too, but the only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims.
Only the victims, huh?
I see. So much for my theory then. Empty. All I read in that description was empty.
Empty, and it bears Corrida's fingerprints.
He touched it.
He touched it.
However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder.
Our first order of business should be to gather more info from his testimony.
But there might be a trap set up for us somewhere.
Maybe. However, setting off traps is part of a lawyer's job too.
If you say so.
Of course. We're supposed to escape from them too, wouldn't you say?
I think it's, of course, we're supposed to escape from them, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we did all this.
So we did everything? We looked at everything?
Yeah.
So we're supposed to present something, probably. That's
guess
usually what
so.
that means. We pressed all of them?
Yeah, because we talked about Yeah.
Duh, duh.
Strangled with a scarf and stabbed with a knife. Okay.
Then butter knifed.
Wait, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we just talked about the guitar case.
But we did the last one too then? 'Cause I feel like I don't remember what they said for this one at the very
Okay,
least.
I'll press it again, at least. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? Oh, no, this is different. Cool, alright.
The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night.
Well then, where was it?
A bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Corda, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir.
So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case?
Yeah, what a maroon,
Whatever.
right?
Whatever.
Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar.
That's weird.
So that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel.
Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all.
Sorry, one sec.
You okay? Or are you just crunching?
I'm just crunching.
Crunching and munching.
I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana.
With his banana-scented bandana.
With his banana-scented banana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Butter knifed him. Which brings me to my next point. Why, then, did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him.
Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing.
Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter.
Yes, sir.
Why arrest on guard?
Matt and God and Juan Corrido were huge rivals with each other. They thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's Chairman Ninja's button. It was ripped off the Digicast and found in Mr. Rancard's Hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant brought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
Premeditated murder. So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing.
It was sort of sticky on the handle,
Ew.
so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir.
Gatewater is engraved.
And there's this button.
This bloody egg. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it?
It does look like
That
a
was
bloody
found
egg.
in the defendant's clothes, was it? And this button also... And is this button also covered in blood?
Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. What?
All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right?
I'll find your hole somehow. Sorry.
Blink.
I'm sorry.
Blink.
Pardon me. Sorry. I'll find the hole in your argument somehow.
You can press as hard as you like. You'll never find it.
You can get in there, but you're never gonna find it.
Just hurry up with your useless... Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. Down.
Okay.
All right.
But in terms of popularity, Mr. On Guard won, did he not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what's ironic, pal? You know
He's
what's
my favorite.
He opens up his coat and he's just got like the same pin 10 times in perfect rows of the not the Jammin' Ninja, the Nickel Samurai.
Yeah, whichever
Yeah.
one was less popular.
Yeah.
You know what's ironic, pal? Juan Corrida was always one step behind Mr. Ungod and everything. This year it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown.
But Mr. Corrida lost the Grand Prix in the end.
That is too bad. He must have been pretty downhearted after losing.
Well, he was definitely downhearted after getting stabbed.
Edgeworth's face.
He's bored.
Bored.
Or maybe he was a Jammin' Ninja fan.
Oh, wait. What did they implicate?
Yeah,
He's a Nickel Samurai fan.
That's
though, isn't
actually
he?
why he came all the way down.
Yeah, he was like, no. I have to. I have to bring honor to my favorite franchise.
Maybe I bet he doesn't like the Jammin' Ninja. He does like the Jammin' Ninja. Because that's why he's like, no, the Nickel Samurai killed the Jammin' Ninja. I know it. Because I love the Jammin' Ninja.
Possibly.
And I want his enemy taken down.
I would assume he likes the Nickel Samurai, though, because isn't he a Steel Samurai girly?
Yeah, but this is the Nickel Samurai.
Okay. All right. Not loyal, huh? All
I
right.
don't... not loyal to studios.
I guess not. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe he is.
They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book.
Wait just 1 second here. Mr. Ungard was beating Mr. Corrida in the popularity polls.
Well, yeah, I guess, but...
Which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means he had no motive to kill at all. No motive to kill at all.
Yes, I quite agree. Well, detective?
It's that, well... I guess if you put it that way, then yeah, the defendant would have had no motive.
Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired.
What the fuck? No, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth, sir!
I look forward to your pension negotiations.
No!
Hey, at least he might have pension.
Well, they're gonna negotiate it. So...
He might have it still, though.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
No, detective. Let's continue with the testimony.
No, not my poor pension, too.
Oh, yeah, it's not looking good for his pension. Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed.
Yeah, sir, we can talk about my pension later, sir.
What about what I was saying? Hello? Anyone?
Hello?
Hello? Does anyone care about little old me?
That's forever.
Do you have any proof that the button belonged to the victim?
What do you mean, pal?
Oh. Let me put it this way. I'm asking you if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
But can't you tell just by looking at it?
That looks like a bloody egg to me.
And the victim's blood is on it.
Anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterward.
Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir.
All right, I knew it had to be this. Now to reel this one in.
Thread.
Huh?
The button was attached to the costume by thread, obviously. And that thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume with the thread on the button...
You can match that shit up?
That sounds
fake as fuck. You sound so silly right now. Match them up? It's fiber. You can't match fibers together.
Well, maybe like the type of thread. I don't know.
Oh, the
And it
type
didn't come
of thread.
off. Like the thread on the button didn't come off.
Okay, whatever.
It's a perfect match.
Yeah, that's it. They're a perfect match, Pearl.
That's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat.
It was ripped up to
Did you skip over that?
Oh yeah. All right.
When was this button found?
Pretty soon after the body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Corridor. And then we did a search on the marsh when we found the button.
So it was almost immediately after the murder. The police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks, unlike some people.
Okay. All right. Phoenix just drops everything and is like, we need a recess now.
He's drinking his sparkle water and slams it down on the desk.
Hey! What's he trying to say about me here?
It's all over the knife.
How were the fingerprints arranged on the knife?
Huh? What do you mean, Pearl?
What do you mean?
By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand?
Oh, is that what you meant? Well, we didn't actually think of that.
You didn't think of that? I can't believe the bumbling of this department. Oh my god.
Hopeless. Were you paying attention to the testimony, right?
Huh?
The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There is no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder. So is the defendant the owner of this knife then? No, it says Gatewater on it. It says Gatewater on it. He can't be the owner of the knife.
The defendant bought the knife for the murder.
No.
Because it says Gatewater on it. Gatewater Hotel.
What it says?
What it says, what it says right there. Wait. So the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand?
That's right, pal. The defendant
Did not buy this knife.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fucking right. Uh-huh. This is always, when this music boots up, as a kid, the rush. I feel the rush, addicted to your touch. Like, I would be like, I did not buy this knife, and then I would be like bopping. I'd be like, oh,
You're
we're
like,
getting
I'm
into
so
it
right.
now.
I'm so right.
Yeah.
Huh?
Take a good look at the handle of this knife, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Huh?
It has a Gatewater seal set into the handle.
Gatewater. I think I've heard that name somewhere before.
That's the name of the hotel! The Gatewater Hotel!
Uh-oh.
The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated.
The uh-oh.
Oh, my pension is bye-bye.
Yes, that is very true. This is very big.
It's a very big oversight.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless.
Oh no, we fell for the trap.
No!
What?
Nani?
I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined.
How so?
I admit this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this.
But I didn't know. Oh.
The question is, where did this knife come from? Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Corrida's room. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. Bears. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is atop this table.
Ketchup.
There's a knife and fork on the table!
Yeah.
Then, where in the world did this knife come from? If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt on guard. Knife missing,
Oh.
especially what was on top his table. There is something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife. We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt on guard's knife was missing. Mr. On guard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder. Amazing! Mr. Edgeworth, absolutely brilliant! A brilliantly clear deduction!
Well, thank you, Watson. I mean, Judge.
Seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning.
This must be one of those traps. And I just walked headlong into it.
A murder weapon with fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown in court.
Evidence not yet shown.
He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
Thank you, Mia. I am a little bit new to law, but that I got a little bit. Thank you, though. Mia splaining to me.
Yeah. What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
Well.
Phoenix. The judge is favoring the prosecution right now. He missed Edgeworth mightily. Well, if we gave him something to do a new thing.
That gavel of his will be ringing out to the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court?
Actually,
Probably.
I do.
Yes. Probably yes. Yes.
I do. There's what? One piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright. I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However,
The One Piece!
I am giving you one chance and only
Only one
And
piece.
only one.
And only one piece.
Oh, did we disappear?
our
Are
guys
we okay?
our guys shut their eyes.
We're frozens.
Come back.
Come back.
You closed your eyes for good. Oh, there you are. Now we're
Yay!
What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here.
If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us.
You may now present one and only one piece of evidence. Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court? This important piece of evidence is important. The wine glass. No sign it's been checked. The wine glass.
No sign it's been drank.
Tomato juice.
The wine glass. Oh my god, look how much we'll lose if we get it wrong.
Yeah.
Ah! Okay. Well, it's like, this is one of those funny bits where they're like, what do you want to show? And I'm like, what do you want me to tell you? I don't know what you want me to tell you right now. What's the question?
New evidence.
New evidence, something we haven't seen yet. I think
haven't
it's
seen
the
the
wine
wine
glass.
glass.
We definitely haven't.
No,
talked
none of
about
this shit is important besides the wine
we-
glass,
we
right?
talked about that. We talked about that.
They don't want to see a gossip column. They don't want to see the autopsy report.
We talked about all this
They
stuff.
don't wanna
but we
see
haven't talked about the wine
The
glass.
camera.
This is new, guys. This is new.
This is a wine glass, is it not?
Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. That wine glass does not look structurally sound.
No, it doesn't.
It looks like it would topple right on over.
That's bad design.
The scene is a mess because the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase was broken. His makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were, at one point, sitting on top of the dresser.
His wig snatched.
His wig snatched.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over along with everything else is this wine glass that looks like it could topple over if you touch it funny.
Yeah.
This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do y'all have to say?
What do you think? Well, yes, it is a little peculiar.
It's a little peculiar.
It's weird. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, isn't it? I thought it was.
You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours.
Yeah. Yes, Judge, isn't it? Yes. Because I thought
right?
so too.
It's weird.
It's weird because I thought it was weird. I'm glad to hear that.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Let me check what Daddy says.
What is it, Your Honor? Your opinion? You don't need my opinion.
You're the judge. I need your opinion.
You don't need my opinion. Because there is no special meaning to that glass.
What?
It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. I love this proposition that she came in with her glass of tomato juice, politely set it on the counter. I was like, ah! Like a sim.
I mean,
Like when a sim comes into a room
yeah,
and
I
they
suppose
set something
there
down
is a
before
scenario
reaction.
where you could set it down in shock. You know what I mean? Like I can see that scenario.
I can see it, but I do imagine a sim.
a sim like doing the regular set it down animation, then being like ah ha ah.
Yeah.
And they do that little like jumping, like half jumping, skipping in place movement where they're like covering their cheeks and they're like, oh no, I better call somebody.
But they were like that for like
a half
5
hour.
minutes. Yeah.
Like a half hour in game.
Yeah. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking. This isn't our first time playing Kai Master. This is our nth time.
Certainly my nth time.
Yeah, might be my second time playing this game.
This is my nth. I've played this many times.
That doesn't sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Could Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking? It's possible. Should I say that it's possible though? No. I should disagree with Edgeworth on principle.
Yeah.
If I appear weak here, the trial is over.
He'll sense it on you. He'll sense it. He'll smell your weakness.
Phoenix knows what I'm about. I can look for my proof later.
Sure, okay.
For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty.
Clear eyes. Can't lose. They just might fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough.
The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We'd like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim? Proud.
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing.
Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
What?
You are not thinking hard enough today.
You're not
Wright.
hard enough today, right?
Stop!
I'll get you thinking hard, though.
Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice?
Then...
Of course. It has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were of one Adrian Andrews.
Oh, Nessie, you can find that. I mean, I can find it for you also.
Between Phoenix and Edgeworth? Let me introduce you to the
Nessie,
beautiful world of
the internet. Just look up Ace Attorney, you'll find it, baby.
Yeah,
What? Phoenix is shocked too.
he doesn't know anything about that.
Only in his dreams.
That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright?
I can't believe I fell into another trap.
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corrida. Oh, he's dead!
See, no, that's exactly what I pictured, to be
Yeah.
honest, is her being like, oh my god, I need to, like, empty my hands right now. I'm so shocked.
Not of the book, only the glass, though. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Now do you see, right? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. I've thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover. Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth! I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
No!
No!
Do it.
We're playing something out. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment.
I need you to
Yes.
let us cook. I need you to let us cook.
The prosecution has yet another witness you would like the court to hear from.
Another witness?
Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
You know that it's a totally different Edgeworth when the judge is like, I could hand the verdict now. I feel confident in saying this person is guilty. And Edgeworth's like, no. Please don't. Because I actually have more information I'd like to reveal here.
I'm trying to prove I'm right. I don't want you to just tell me I'm right. I'm trying...
I want to know that I'm right.
I know you're stupid, he says to the judge.
I don't actually believe what you say.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking?
Yeah, he could have gotten his verdict. He had every opportunity just now.
He just wanted to see this
He wanted
person.
to see his love.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation. Ah! Ah!
Gotcha!
Ah!
I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier.
Oh, Edgy boy, it's been what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with their testimony, but who knew that under that helmet It was the wicked witch of the witness stand.
I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm gonna tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime.
No, that's okay. Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know.
Shush! I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wudgy right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps.
Yes, madam. No, but please, by all means, interrupt her. Please! Anyway, witness your testimony, please.
It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy boy. Now then, what should I start with?
The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag?
It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone's crazy over that on guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corrida.
But those two were the same age.
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room.
Why?
There was something I was interested in finding out, you know.
Okay.
Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard, man on guard, and he was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
So Mr. On Guard came out from the victim's room.
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Hold it.
Hold it.
Miss Oldbag, what was your post on that night?
The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for the trifling show. But I refused to help, I'll have you know. It was for that lead-headed samurai show. Bars. Heh, I even took out a few of the nails.
Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on.
Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me. So I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little.
And that's when you went to hang around at the victim's door?
Stalk him a little bit.
Something you were interested in, and just what was that?
It's not some little thing I could just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. And Edgy Poo too, of course.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor.
Gossip?
But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to her testimony later. It looks like we shouldn't force it right now. And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time?
Well, I'm not sure to keep an eye out all the time.
Oh, then would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Corrida's room?
I have no idea. I wasn't born so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class.
Whoa.
That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am.
Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report.
That's so
In
funny.
any case, the witness then saw someone, correct? I love her age not included anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, she says.
I don't know. Who in the world was that?
I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information is to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Juan's room, he was.
Yes? He was?
I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to have Francisca's whip right about now.
Well, I guess I could tell you,
Since he was such a bad boy anyway. You saw my client? Are you sure about that?
Is he?
Yesy.
Really?
Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further.
The person's face? Because
Yeah.
last year we didn't see their face. And we were like,
But they
I know
would be
they were
wearing a
dressed the
mask.
same.
Might they be wearing a mask?
They'd probably be wearing... They might be wearing a mask, but we would know that if we asked about, we would know that if we asked
So
about their face.
Yeah. But I feel like that's almost too easy. I guess I could try it. Please tell the court about the man's face in more detail.
You don't need me to tell you about his face. That soft, gentle look in his eyes and his effeminate lips. His right eye covered by his silky hair, his sparkling, shining teeth.
His teeth were shining?
Well, he is shining all around in this week's pinup poster,
This week's pinup. Why do you... I mean, I don't care how he looks in this week's issue. Please stay with what you saw that night. What? On guard's face is the same no matter where it is. You know, you whippersnapper.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
It was not important. I guess it really wasn't that important after all.
Mr. Wright, do you know why we say time is valuable? If not, I suggest you learn.
You've wasted 3 minutes of this woman's youth. That's more valuable than gold to me.
Why do I suddenly feel old in the presence of her childish whining?
She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying.
That's bad for us. Really bad.
But that's how the human mind is. It also has the tendency to jump off topic. She's strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right?
That's because you're not the one who has to question her. Well, I want to see one of the other ones.
Yeah. I don't know, I just thought... I thought maybe.
No, I understood why you thought that. I just was like, what the person was. I don't care about that, but I want to know about their clothes. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are, really. As if something like that matters.
But it does.
But it does.
I wish Old Bag was in Fortnite.
That'd be awesome.
I feel like she would look really good there.
What was it? Oh, yes, it was that thing.
What thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket.
No, he wouldn't be wearing that! He wouldn't be wearing that. He was wearing it at the detention center.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Humph! Men!
He wouldn't be wearing it?
No, because he'd be wearing his other outfit, right?
His jamming...
His Nickel Samurai outfit, right?
Yes, he's the Nickel Samurai. I'm getting them
right?
mixed up. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
It was very important, I think. Of course it was important, Your Honor.
Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important?
Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but all right. Witness, please.
Well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must...
Oh,
He's wearing a flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's just for show.
right, because they said they found it in his hakama, but he wouldn't be wearing his hakama with his racing jacket. You're so right.
Yeah. Miss Oldbag,
What? Don't say my name for no reason.
do you know what this is?
It's button number 2 on the German Ninja's costume.
Wow, knows which
Now
one from
I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance.
Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this! Ah!
Wow, she really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Unguard's body during a full body search.
See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal on guard.
It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pants.
See? And on guard is the nickel samurai.
Witness. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Ungard, was wearing his usual racing jacket?
Oh, silence.
I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear! If I wore the trendiest dress, then you might think I was the best woman ever. I would put out this ridiculous thing for you to create the city. Is right, I got tape recorder stuck to my chest. Let me tell you, it's heavy, so heavy. I wish we had switched to CD's edge ago, but keeping that dream alive for those little kids out my whole smile on my face. You understand how you take a look in the mirror, your clothes look about it. It's interesting. It's talking about her curling. You can take a bit of every edgy now. He's got style.
Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. On Guard, the man.
Well timed, thank you, Nessie.
But Mr. On Guard, the Nickel Samurai.
But when you think about it,
When you think about it.
they're really one and the same anyway.
No, you made the same mistake last year.
Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we're talking about.
Edgy Pooh, do you think so too?
Yes. Well, it might be something worth considering.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
All right, if you insist.
I should be the one sighing, not you.
Who I saw.
What I saw?
On guard. Oh, yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai. That's right, it was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
Damn.
I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume.
What? What? Did you think there would have been someone else inside that costume?
Yes.
Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things.
But the possibility does exist.
Youngins today, I told you, there's no way it was anyone else.
How do you know that?
Because I said so. And what I say is the truth.
Oh, okay, well, if you use that reasoning.
At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
May I? Could I? Can I?
Would you? about it.
Would you please get on with your testimony?
Whew! Watch your language, young man! What sort of tone is that to take with an elder? My youthfulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for everything. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing at the top of my lungs!
Just you and I defy a striking figure all by the sea, standing all alone as he's the nickel samurai! She's actually singing. Someone help my poor ears.
Mr. Edgeworth, can you please do something about this racket? Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later if you'll be good and stick to just the facts.
Okay! You promise, right?
Oh my god. Right? I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date.
Remind me to send you a thank you note later too, Edgeworth, old chum.
Like for gum? For gum?
Yeah, like $1.
Rude.
Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not?
Not too long ago. Then let me ask you this. When were you itty bitty? When you were itty bitty, what was your grand dream?
Huh?
What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper?
My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be Judge Wagner, hero of the public's court. So what?
See? And look where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you?
Well,
Judge Wagner.
What I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that? The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past.
since when did court become theatrics over testimonies? Oh, girl.
Girl, it's only game 2.
All that matters is that man was inside that costume. Isn't that enough? The costume during the murder.
Okay.
And why would that be?
That way no one could see his face, of course.
Judge Wagner.
Yeah, but there's still no advantage for him that I can see. In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out all the more. Hey, JT!
Hey.
You are such an annoying child. You know that? You disagree with everything I say.
That's my mom at me. Isn't that what you're always doing to me? And that's my response.
I got it. Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume.
Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show?
Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing.
And that included the Jammin' Ninja?
Of course it included him. That's why when On Guard came out of dear Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought.
Hey, Moss.
I see.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Well, anyway.
So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was the Nickel Samurai?
As showy as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning?
Can I throw in the towel yet?
You don't need to think too hard on this one.
Huh?
There's a contradiction in her testimony, and it's sitting in plain sight. The question is, what that contradiction means for us.
Well, I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay. That's how I feel. Actually, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Okay, so he was in. So they're saying that the murderer was in the room of the murder in costume, in full costume. Do we have a picture
Yeah.
of what that costume looks like? Like, in our record anywhere? And there were fingerprints on stuff?
That wouldn't make sense. Unless he wasn't wearing the gloves, I suppose.
He had to have been wearing the gloves.
Yeah.
Where did you present that? Oh, well, it's the right place because the music stopped.
Yeah. Please take a look at this.
Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work.
No, that's not my intention.
It's like, here's a knife, and she's like, oh, stab me!
Oh, yeah, you think you're gonna scare me, huh?
That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct?
Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case?
You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at?
That is exactly what I'm driving at.
What are we driving at? And whose car are we driving?
If Mr. Engard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off.
With the gloves?
With the gloves or just like the large amount of fabric around him with the thing.
It would have,
like,
they would have been wiped.
easy to do.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's right! The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he?
Oh, the gloves.
He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. The butter knifing.
The knifing. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon?
He's literally...
There is no way he would do something like that.
However, there is one possibility.
Well, then let's hear your possibility.
It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show.
Oh, yeah?
Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I have heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went into the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory?
There's a contradiction because they said it was premeditated.
Yeah.
They can't say it's a premeditated murder and also say there was no intention.
Yeah, this theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony.
What are you babbling about?
Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Engard was the killer, if that's the case.
I think it's impossible.
I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent.
Sorry.
No problem.
They showed Edgeworth and I was like...
Yeah. No, it's all good.
Are we here? Do you have to... They're telling you to present something now?
I guess so. It did.
Are we showing who the... We're like, okay, so who went there?
I suppose. Yeah, this is
With
sort of an
intent.
impossible question.
They're not even asking a question.
Yeah, this is why Justice for All is one of my leasty favorite ones.
Well, we're still talking about the... Yeah, okay. We're
like
still talking about the knife.
Yeah, this knife was used by Mr. Engard at dinner.
Yes, we did establish that.
Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corrida.
I suppose...
However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder.
So which
If
is
that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1.
Supposition? What does supposition even mean?
And one more thing, if the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive.
Bees on a hive?
And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us.
Order! Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
To frame Matt on guard.
Literally, we
It's
just
to
said
frame
that.
my client, Mr. On Guard, of course.
He said that earlier, right?
Yeah.
To frame. Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one?
No!
Harder!
But we just established that the witness saw the nickel samurai in costume, and if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife.
Witness! What?
Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but...
Are you saying you mixed up Mr. On Guard with the nickel samurai, his character on TV?
But I mean, I really can't do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the nickel samurai, that's for sure.
I don't care. I don't care.
She wasn't waiting for the nickel samurai. All right, then. Who were you waiting for? Who were you waiting around for, then?
That's top secret to anyone outside of security.
I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corrida. Am I correct?
Oh, you think you are a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
So Miss Oldbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corrida.
Maybe. Phoenix! Maybe the old bag was waiting around for that person.
Huh. If it's who I think Mia's hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Oldbag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? The person that we want to pin the murder on. Yeah? Or
Yes? I mean, that's like, if we want to pin the murder on Adrian Andrews.
The thing that immediately came to mind when Mia's like that person, I'm like, oh,
Okay, well,
we came into this whole trial thinking of Adrian.
Okay, so yeah, probably, right? Who is this person?
The Motowo. This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager.
But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is, oh, I see.
The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing.
This manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's...
Right. Oh, that's what it is. Because the
Adrian
newspaper,
Andrews.
the blind item that was out was kind of like, oh, AA, and then she must have been like, oh, Adrian Andrews.
And she was like, I have to kill her. Because she loves Juan Corrida.
Well,
and they might have been together and she was gonna get her.
She was gonna get Adrian?
Not in an actual murder way. I mean,
okay,
that was a
okay.
hyperbole. That
I see.
Like just wanted to see if it was true.
I see.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then.
Witness? What in the world are you? Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling.
I got some information. I've got some information. Some very secret information from a very certain source. And that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course.
But what for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I don't really want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information.
Get ready! This is gonna take the wind out of you youngins.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old.
I love when she just like shoots with her fake gun.
Yeah.
That on guard is one evil, evil man.
Oh.
He thought he could ruin poor Kwan just by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret, you got that? Nobody else but you and me and you 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 know yet, okay?
The defendant sent his manager? What a distasteful topic for this court.
What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant?
Never heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is that in fact something I didn't read that last part.
Sorry.
But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will toward the victim.
So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Be careful. The old bag seems rather excited right now.
That's right, on guard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth.
Well, as the old saying goes, you gotta burn old bags with fire. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone.
He mixing
He
up.
really did a lot of stuff.
A lot was going on
A lot
in his
was going
brain.
on there. A lot of connections being made.
Yeah.
You can't say something like that without proof. That's just slander.
But it's true. That woman was getting intimate with poor Juan.
Way to the danger zone.
Look, it says so right here, doesn't it? Manager to the stars, Ms. A.A.
But the name of the magazine this came from is Gossipland.
What? Are you saying that gossip is all just a pack of lies?
I mean,
Huh, what do you know? I suppose next you'll swear to me that the news is 100% the truth.
blinking.
Oh boy.
Honestly, Sonny, you can't discriminate between the news and gossip.
Yes, discrimination is bad, Mr. Wright.
Judge. Discriminate? When did I do anything like that?
Anyway, on guard will never get me to say touche.
Don't discriminate, bigot.
Yeah, he's just... A scandal? What do you mean by that?
You're a dim-witted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is.
And you're stupid,
Honestly.
stupid bigot.
What are they teaching kids in middle school these days?
No, I wasn't asking what the word scandal means. Even I know that much.
Well, that on guard thought, though, he could own a monopoly on popularity. So,
Just fucking asking Phoenix if he knows the definition of every word.
Yeah. You don't have any proof that Mr. Engard did any such thing.
you must be suffering from shock. The shock of hearing the truth. And now, since you're in so much shock, you can't do anything right!
You're right, I can't do anything, but boy do I wish I could do something about you.
All right then, Sonny, show me what you've got. Can you show me proof that On Guard didn't bear any ill will towards Juan?
Can we? Probably, right? I mean, we usually present evidence in moments like this. We'll figure out what it is. Yeah, probably.
Yeah? I don't have any proof that they didn't bear ill will. We don't have anything like that.
I
I think no. I don't want to get in trouble.
What is is there any... What's in Lotta's camera? Is there nothing there? Tabloid article. Wait, what was the rest of that camera?
Tabloid article about the victim was in the case.
Stolen the night of the murder.
I don't think so.
Have a good lurk, Larsite. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for coming.
I'm gonna decline this offer.
Okay.
I don't have anything to offer.
See? Just as I thought. And you were lecturing me about saying things without proof. You've just given me a free pass to say whatever I want, whenever I want, you silly boy!
Me and my big mouth.
Great.
That's the way the cookie crumbles for you anyway.
For you, whatever.
So, what do you mean by I took action?
Like I already told you, I was lying in wait close to the crime scene. Once that slimy woman came out of Juan's room, I was going to capture her and teach her a good lesson, something you youngins need.
You were going to teach her a good lesson.
I was gonna make her eat the damaging beams of my ray gun! Like this!
No! Stop!
Well, it was too bad that woman didn't come through the door that night.
Oh. And this is top secret and nobody knows this.
Wait.
What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over.
What?
Secret information that no one else knows yet? If that's true, then how do you know this secret information?
Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find out.
That's right.
How in the world did that old bat get such a secret plate piece of information?
And now, this we might have
Now I
something for.
wanna talk about. So, no one else is supposed to know this secret information yet? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldbag?
Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that.
Witness? I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? You stole the camera. You stole it.
Accusing her of theft?
You stole it. You did it. The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart.
Oh, yes. I remember that mischievous girl.
She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself.
She reported such a thing.
On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrageous impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews.
What? Outrageous ideas, you say?
No, I said impressions.
Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless?
That's it. That's the note.
No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy.
Then you are the one who took Mrs. Hart's note.
I'm a huge fan of Juan's. That's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working that evil on guard. She said to herself, on guard, I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you?
No!
I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before.
You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
Whoa!
Whoa, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just this once.
She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? No.
Pile on more pressure.
If I lit up on her now, she'll get away. I have got to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution.
Yeah, that was cold of him.
Yeah. Witness! You said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct?
Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible, lonely trash can. That's all. You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it. Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again?
Miss Oldbag, I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night. The camera. You stole the camera.
The camera!
Miss Oldbag, that note was with a camera inside its case. With a camera inside it was inside the camera's case, wasn't it? A camera? Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, "My sweetie $1,600 camera disappeared on me."
What? Witness?
What is it, Gramps?
If you have the note, then it is only logical that you have the camera too.
Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for?
Gee.
That's... What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I still eat meals like you and fall in love and borrow things from people.
God, I love her. I think your definition of borrow is a little off.
Yeah, come on.
I love that he was like, so you have this note because you stole someone's camera. She's like, yeah, I have the note. It's like, yeah, because you stole someone's camera where the note was. She was like, oh,
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
no.
I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it said
Slime Bag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of pictures she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things.
Bailiff! Check this camera's photos! Hurry! We must examine them at once!
We need to get them developed now.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have?
There is only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case.
Please present it to the court. This is the Nickel Samurai!
See, I told you, that's the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter.
Okay.
What does this mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. On Guard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume.
If that's the case, then this Nickel Samurai is...
the defendant.
How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright? The court will consider them before we close. Uh-oh. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client?
No, well, if this photo's really decisive, then we're done for. If I raise an objection here and I blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy.
Yeah, you would.
I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. I mean, it looks small.
Yeah,
Or it
it's
looks
like-
big. It looks big. The person in this costume looks small.
Yes, like all.
Look how much it's pooled at the legs.
Yeah. Can we go to the court record really quickly and look at the other photo of the Nickel Samurai that we have? That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see his little feetsies.
Yeah.
We would be able to see his little
We'd be
feetsies.
able to see his feetsies.
I knew this was coming, right?
Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we can all agree there is nothing strange with this photo. There is no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster.
What the fuck is a bunker buster?
Uh-huh.
Is that like a Splatoon weapon? Or a Fortnite weapon?
Fortnite? Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright?
I don't know what that is.
He's trying to figure it out.
Anyway, please look at the photo one more time.
Ignore it. If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance. Correct?
Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts?
Real. Now then, let's hear your objection. What about this photo is strange?
Feetsies. It's the feets.
That was his feet.
I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here.
What are you pointing to? His ankles?
If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't.
And? What does this mean?
The costume person in this photo could not have been Mr. Ungard.
What is the meaning of this?
I wonder if you would care to elaborate. With actual facts, that is.
Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama.
Please pay attention to his wiki feet
His
score.
little feetsies.
His socks! His socks! You can see his socks!
Very good, exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding up his hakama just to walk.
Is he?
There is only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. All right, I think I've turned things around for myself this time.
That's curious.
Huh?
Edgeworth is unusually calm today.
That's true.
He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride.
Along for the ride. What do you mean by that?
I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all.
He doesn't feel under attack? Then I haven't damaged his case at all?
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Matt on guard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless!
Yes. I figured it would come to this.
What?
Right. I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not Matt on guard. In that case, who is this a photo of?
Who is the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume?
Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? Look how sexy he is.
Yeah, why is he so calm?
Mr. Wright?
Let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph?
I know exactly who it is.
Adrian Andrews!
If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it is none other than this woman.
Who we've been trying to accuse this whole time.
Yeah, literally.
And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her?
Well, for starters, she's short.
Okay.
And she can freely move in and out of Mr. Ungard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Ungard that night.
And how does that all add up?
Well, she could have taken the knife from
It
the
means
dinner.
that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item.
The
A
butter
certain knife with Mr. Ungard's fingerprints all over it.
The knife that was used as a murder weapon?
Why don't you just say what it is you want, Mr. Wright?
You just said right, not Mr.
That's okay.
Yeah. I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Corrida. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Order! 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 It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony.
All right, this is it.
This is kind of bad for us.
Huh? What do you mean?
If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day.
One more day! Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya...
Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court.
Well, you have to raise an objection.
Yeah.
Right?
Hold
You
on.
can't not raise
Hold
an
on, hold on,
objection.
hold on.
Now then,
Objection! Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today.
I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews.
I abhor wasting such a valuable time.
Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
But
Huh?
we cannot continue due to this unexpected development.
Unexpected development? I think you underestimate me, Your Honor.
And what do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Adrian Andrews is all. Happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on.
What?
Phoenix doesn't even know how to say the word. Subpoenaing. Subpoenaing.
What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth?
Sorry.
Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby.
Oh, I have her at the door. She's ready.
She's here.
Oh, she's here.
She is the next witness.
Everything was planned out in advance by that man.
Somehow, I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over.
Exactly. Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess.
Or a week.
Or a week-long recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Or a week-long one. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
To be continued.
Woof, woof.
Whew. I don't know why that really, winded me. I mean, it was a lot.
It was
It's
long.
always long.
It was long.
Trials are
It
always
was
a lot.
almost 2 hours.
Yeah. But thank you everyone for joining us today. It's always so fun to go through Phoenix Wright.
Yeah.
Ace Attorney.
We're
Yay,
having such a
recess!
fun time.
Woohoo!
Yeah, have a fun week being on the jungle gym and
Playing dodgeball, playing
hopscotch, the
walking around the track,
Yeah.
picking out the grass.
doing pretend weddings.
Yeah, whatever it is you do at recess.
Yeah.
We'll see you on Wednesday for Night in the Woods if it pleases you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Monday for more Phoenix Wright.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And good night.
If you want to catch up on our VODs and be ready for the next case, you can always go to our VODs channel. And if you want notifications on when we go live, you can join our Discord.
Yeah, and our VODs are also on YouTube.
Yes.
I don't know how easy our YouTube channel is to find.
Well,
I've looked it up before. And
I put
had
it
trouble.
here just now.
Our YouTube. Oh, wow, lovely. There it is. All right. Well, have a good evening.
Bye.
Thanks so much. Kissy, kissy, bye, bye. Bye, bye.